Hi there, Eliane Dakpogan, once again here today for the final day of my 20-day talk challenge in English. Finally, welcome. Today, I'm going to be talking about this most valuable player. Most valuable player or MVP. So, do you know that? MVP, MVP, MVP. Chances are you've heard about MVP in sport, okay? Basketball, for example, now, especially in the US, is one of the most popular game, okay? And this year, 2022, okay, this team, the Golden State Warriors, they won the championship, okay, and the MVP was Stephen Curry, okay, and this guy, this Stephen Curry, is a particular, is a very special person, okay, of course, talented, gifted, but his MVP title, let's say, is very unique. I know there are many people are debating, about his skills and whatever, and you have this GOAT debate, greatest of all time. Okay, a MVP is not necessarily the greatest of all time. It's not necessarily the GOAT. Okay, I don't want to talk about the GOAT debate. I want to talk about MVP. So, Stephen Curry, whether he's the GOAT or not, I don't know. Okay. For sure, he was the MVP this year in the NBA Finals. Okay. Why was he appointed, or why was he selected or voted? I don't know how it's done, but why was he selected as the MVP? Because he was the most valuable player in the team during the finals. Okay. And what did he do? He scored most of the points. Obviously, if you score more than the opponent team, then you win. And this is what he did. Okay. Scoring more points, helping his teammates score also points to help the team win. There is this argument, there is this debate around this Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. From what I've heard so far, when Stephen Curry was drafted back in, I think in 2009, okay, he was drafted. So he became a player of the Golden State Warriors. Okay. He was recruited, okay, and Kevin Durant was in another team. I think Oklahoma City, something like that. Okay, OKC, yes. And okay, they were in the respective teams. Okay, and there was this final, I think, and the Golden State Warriors played OKC, Kevin Durant's team, and they beat its team. The Golden State Warriors, this new dynasty with Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, they won the championship in 2015. Okay, Kevin Durant was in this team OKC for a long time, and then he wanted to join the Golden State Warriors. And people say that he wanted to join the Golden State Warriors because he wanted to win. Kevin Durant was the MVP of OKC, the most valuable player, a very great player. He scores a lot of points, okay. And then he wanted to join the Golden State Warriors. So they won the title without Kevin Durant in 2015. Okay. And that year at the NBA Finals, I think Andre Iguodala was the MVP Finals. Okay. It's interesting in the NBA, you have the season's MVP. Okay, the one who was the most valuable player during the whole season, and you have the finals MVP. Okay, the 7 matches. Okay, this marathon where you play and you have to have 4 wins to be the NBA champion of the season. Okay, so during the finals in 2015, Andre Iguodala was the MVP. Okay, and Kevin Durant joined the Warriors after the 2015 title. Kevin Durant never won a championship before. He had no rings before. Okay, no rings. Okay, so people say that he wanted to join a team where he was likely to win a championship, because even though he was the MVP of OKC, they couldn't win a championship. And having a ring is something that players, that's what they fight for. That's what they work hard for. They want to be champions. Okay, they want to get this ring. Okay, rest in peace, the late Bill Russell won 11 rings. Wow, this is the most titled NBA players of all time. 11 rings with his team, Boston Celtics. This year is very significant in the NBA, because Bill Russell passed away this year. Bill Russell has been a MVP several times. Okay, I think season MVP and also finals MVP. A very great player. And by the way, the MVP, the finals MVP title, wears its name, the Bill Russell Prize. This is to show how valuable Bill Russell was for the NBA. He was the MVP. Okay, he won 11 rings. Wow, 11 titles. So, is he the GOAT? I don't know. There's a huge debate about whether Bill Russell or Michael Jordan, or I don't know, or the late Kobe Bryant, or LeBron James. Okay, so there's this GOAT debate, but nobody denies who was Bill Russell. Okay, so Kevin Durant, he knows about history. All basketball players, they want to wear a ring, and Kevin Durant left OKC to the Warriors. I think the year after, they won the title. Then when Kevin Durant came in the Warriors, they won a second championship. This year they won their 7th championship, which is the 4th championship of this dynasty with Curry, Thompson, and Green. Okay, the Splash Brothers. Okay, so they won their 4th championship together as the Splash Brothers. But before, the Golden State Warriors won 3 championships. Okay, long time ago. And then Durant joined the team. And by the way, when Durant joined the Warriors, he won 2 titles, 2 rings. He won 2 championships, 2 chips, back to back. And he was the MVP. He was a back-to-back MVP. He was the back-to-back finals MVP. And until then, Stephen Curry was a key player of the team, didn't win any finals MVP titles yet. Okay, he won season MVP twice. Okay, I think also back to back season MVP. And his season MVPs was very significant because it was the only unanimous season MVP, unanimous season MVP, unanimity. So does it mean that those who've been seasons MVP before were not unanimous? That everybody didn't agree that they were the one to get this title? That's an interesting topic. So in the NBA history, everyone agrees that he was the unanimous seasons MVP. But no finals MVP yet. Okay. Kevin Durant joined and he won 2 finals MVP back to back. So now the Golden State Warriors, they have 2 more chips. Now this dynasty of Curry, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. Okay, all together they have 2 more rings. Now 3 rings. Then something happened. Kevin Durant wanted to leave the team and he left. Then he left and he went to, I think, to New York. People say he went to join his friends, Kyrie Irving. And the Warriors, since he left, they were not able to win. Since 2019, they were not that competitive, okay? And people were doubting Stephen Curry, were doubting his leadership, okay? Could he be able to win back another championship without Kevin Durant? So Kevin Durant left, and people were like, oh, they won't be able to win another championship without him because, Kevin Durant is a great player. And during that period, the Warriors, they were struggling to win another championship. Key players were injured, Stephen Curry and, Klay Thompson. A very long period where he was injured, I think for almost 2 years, something like that. They were the last team, going from top to the very bottom. For people, this is failure. And they can't recover because look at it, it's all messy. There's nothing left. Kevin Durant is gone and, nothing. They can't do anything without him. Now, this is where comes the MVP, okay? The resurrection of the Warriors, okay? Because they came from the very bottom of the NBA and they came back to top and they won this dynasty, they won a 4th championship, a 4th ring after years of nightmare. After years of wilderness, so to speak, they came back. And this time with Stephen Curry as the finals MVP. At last, he did it. And he had this phrase when they were celebrating, after. And he said, what are they going to say? What are they going to say now? I like this phrase because it's like, okay, people haters have been saying that our team can't win this again. And mainly because of Kevin Durant's departure. And Stephen Curry can't win a MVP finals title. No. And people who know him said that his most concern was about winning the championship. And this is what he said during his press conference when he was first asked about how he felt about this first finals MVP title. And he said, forget about the MVP finals title. We are champs now. Because this is what a MVP is about. We win together, we lose together, we win back together. I'm not against Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a great player, and he proved that he was a great player. Stephen Curry is also a great player, and by the way, he proved people wrong. People thought that without Kevin Durant, he couldn't win back the championship, the NBA championship. He couldn't win. He couldn't even win the Finals MVP, which he did. And then he said, "What are they gonna say now?" So now, what people are going to say? He won everything in the NBA. So Stephen Curry is a great MVP. And on top of that, Stephen Curry is a very humble person. Because you know the most valuable player has humility. Is a very humble player. He thinks about the greater good. He thinks about the team. The most valuable player doesn't think about himself only. So even though he didn't win the finals MVP before, during the previous NBA titles that they won, it was okay. He was happy for the team. But because he happened to be the greatest three-pointer in NBA history, okay, then people were like, he should win. And I was also like, yes, he should win that. Because I want him to win this to prove people wrong. He is a great player and he deserves his title. And this reminds us how valuable we should be in people's life, okay? So the question is, what will the Golden State Warriors look like when Stephen Curry is gone? Because now we see what's the Golden State Warriors look like when Kevin Durant is gone, okay? They can win without him. But remember, they won all the championship, the last four championships, the one with who? With Stephen Curry. All four chips, all four rings were won with, and in certain ways, thanks to Stephen Curry. So the most valuable player is about the legacy that you leave behind you. What will you be remembered for? The achievement, your impact. Kevin Durant will be remembered for being a back-to-back MVP in the Warriors, for sure. It can't be denied. Stephen Curry will be remembered as the unanimous MVP, unanimous season MVP in all NBA history. That can't be denied. And history will not forget that Stephen Curry and his Splash Brothers were able to win back the championship after Kevin Durant left. This is a fact. And Stephen Curry became, at last, he became a finals MVP. He won the Bill Russell's title. He did it. What are they gonna say now? So when you are a most valuable player, facts speak for yourself. Reality speaks for yourself. Okay? And nobody can deny it. This is what you need to be. This is what we need to be. Valuable people, most valuable people. Where you are the most valuable is where you are the most needed. So I want you to be the most valuable player in whatever game you play in. Thank you very much. I did it. And that's the beginning point of a new series of talks here in the CEAV Services YouTube channel. Be truly blessed and see you next time. Bye.